morning, the UK PM designate Rishi Sunak arrives at Buckingham Palace in London to meet King Charles III. That's the latest coming in at the moment. We told you at about 4 p.m. Indian Standard Time, all of this is going to happen, and that is exactly what's happening right now. He's arrived now. Rishi Sunak, the PM designate, has arrived at the Buckingham Palace in London. Those visuals coming in from London on your screens right now. He is now going to be meeting King Charles III, and after which, formally, he is going to be the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. We're just getting you all the latest details. We'll have Jonathan Gilbert also get us the latest details in terms of what is really going on right there at the Buckingham Palace. So in a couple of moments from now, the countdown has truly begun. It is going to be official. It is protocol in United Kingdom to do this. So now he's entered the Buckingham Palace. Those were the visuals of him entering the Buckingham Palace. He's arrived. He will be meeting King Charles III, and now all set to be the Prime Minister of United Kingdom in just moments from now. So the UK PM designate arrives at Buckingham Palace. That is the breaking news we're bringing to you at this point. Rishi Sunak. Jonathan is now joining us live for the latest. Jonathan, the countdown has begun. In moments from now, the UK will have Rishi Sunak as the Prime Minister officially, Jonathan.
Yes, that's right. It may seem very strange, but this weird choreography, this strange dance of protocol has to be undergone nonetheless. I mean, to all intents and purposes, Rishi Sunak is Prime Minister, but he's not officially Prime Minister until the King has invited him to form a government. I know it sounds ludicrous, and if you've been watching The Hobbit or Game of Thrones, this probably sounds familiar, but the King has to invite him to form a government. He will do so, and he will gracefully accept the invitation to form a government. He can form a government because he's been bequeathed a parliamentary majority of some 80-odd MPs by his predecessor, but one, Boris Johnson, of course. So at the point then he accepts the invitation to form a government, he drives back to Downing Street, he gets out the old podium, he delivers his acceptance speech, and then finally he gets on with the business of governing the country. And I think his first, after introducing himself to the various flunkies and functionaries who make 10 Downing Street function, he's going to have to sit down and figure out who's going to be his new cabinet, this ever-rotating table of high office. Who's going to be his new Chancellor? Is he going to stick with Jeremy Hunt? Who's going to be his new Home Secretary? Who's going to be his Foreign Secretary? Will he stick with them? Who knows? That's the next drama that it's about to unfold.
Oh yes, that's going to be the next drama that's going to be unfolding. So they must be on their edge there. It's going to be a nail-biting one for most of them who are sitting right there not knowing what fate holds for them, because for the moment the visuals that are coming in, as Jonathan is just mentioning, this is protocol. The King Charles III has invited him to form the government. He will accept it. Then he will formally be the Prime Minister of United Kingdom. In the meanwhile, while all of this is going on, Jonathan, what about the shortest serving Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Liz Truss? Where is she at the moment?
Well, as is traditional, she simply slunk out of the back of Buckingham Palace. They arrive with pomp and circumstance, and they leave under a cloud, sadly, when they are essentially deposed. What's going to happen to them? Well, according to her resignation speech, she's going to be spending a lot more time with her constituents in Norfolk. Don't forget, even a Prime Minister is also a Member of Parliament, and even a Prime Minister is, believe it or not, a representative of a parliamentary constituency. So she may well go back there. If she follows Boris Johnson's lead, she'll probably go on holiday. I mean, Johnson quite notoriously went on 2 or 3 exotic holidays the moment he left office. Some might say, well, that was his reward for guiding us through the pandemic. Some might say, well, that's just typical Boris, isn't it? Just amusing and enjoying yourself at other people's expense. But I think probably we weren't going to be hearing too much from Liz Truss over the next couple of weeks. The spotlight has moved on now. She may spend more time with her family. She may spend more time with her constituencies, but she's not going to be spending too much time in front of cameras, I suspect.
So digressing a bit, I just thought about it. This is a first for both of them. In fact, the monarch and for Rishi Sunak, the ceremonial kissing of hands, because both of them are new into their roles at the moment.
Yeah, there are so many novelties here today, one almost loses count. Obviously, yes, as you say, it's King Charles, and I'm still struggling to adjust to saying that, King Charles's first appointment of a Prime Minister. Rishi Sunak is himself, as we never tire of saying, the first Asian origin British Prime Minister. He's also the youngest British Prime Minister in some 200 years, not since the days of Pitt the Younger. Anyone who's ever studied British parliamentary history will remember, the ludicrously young Pitt the Younger. Well, Rishi Sunak is the next youngest Prime Minister in British history. So all these extraordinary targets are being met today, and all these incredible barriers are being surpassed and overcome.